Just a few more tricks I wanted to show you on your iPad. Let's say I've heard about a good app called Phonics Fun. I'm going to go to the App Store, and up in my search bar I'm going to look up Phonics Fun. See all these options I have here? I'm going to find the one that looks close to what I'm looking for. Lots of possibilities will pop up, sometimes dozens, even hundreds of options you'll see. That's why it's good to know the exact name of the app and sometimes even the developer. As I look at all these options that pop up, I can see you can see there's just dozens of them. I can see that some are free, some cost money. I can see some that have an arrow coming out of a cloud. That means that I've already purchased this app. I just haven't downloaded this particular app to this device yet, and I can do that by clicking on the cloud. I'm going to take a closer look at this Bingo app. I can get a little more information on the app by clicking on it to open it up. I can see some screenshots and a few more details regarding the app. The feature that I like the best here in the App Store is reviews. See reviews up there at the top? If an app has bad reviews, I usually avoid it. If this app has good reviews, then I could go ahead and get it right now at this point if I wanted to by just clicking on free and then install. I'll need to sign in with my Apple ID at this point or put in my password. If you don't already have an ID, you can get one easily by selecting Create Apple ID. Once my information is in, this app will download. I'm not actually going to get this app today though. Just know that if you're having a hard time creating an Apple ID, you can put in a Spice ticket or contact somebody from the tech department and we'll be happy to help you with that. There's some other features in the App Store that I wanted to show you, so I'm going to go ahead and just cancel out of this, and we're going to look at the bottom. There's some buttons at the bottom of the App Store that I would like to show you. Let's go down to Purchased, down at the bottom. This is going to show me all of the apps that I have purchased with my account, and know that even if an app is free, if it's tied to your account, it's considered purchased. Do you see all these apps that have a cloud next to them? Those are ones that are tied to my account. I just haven't put them on this device. My iPad is getting pretty full, and so I don't have enough space to download all these. Let's say I have an app that's not functioning properly, like Evernote. Chances are it probably needs an update. So I can select updates and then search for Evernote within my updates. Then let's see what pops up here. I have several different apps to look at. Again, there's some that I haven't downloaded that I could get if I wanted to. There's some more free apps tied to Evernote that I could get. But the actual app that I'm having a hard time with is just the original Evernote app. And sure enough, right next to it I can see that it says update. So I need to select update, and that might fix the problem that I'm having. Just know that to update an app, you have to be logged in with your Apple ID as well. If I'm already logged in, then I can just select update and I can just pop in my password there. Sometimes this will give you a quick fix. Just two more things I wanted to show you on your iPad. Notice how some of my apps are standing alone on my page and some are within folders. Sometimes it's helpful to have similar apps grouped together in a folder. So for example, over here I have two math apps that I would like to group together. I move them by touching and holding on an app until it shakes. I'm going to touch and hold and it will create shaking on all of my apps. Once that happens, I can combine apps and it puts it in a little folder. It's going to guess that I want to call it education, but I want to actually call it math. So I'll hit done after I've typed in math. And now you can see I've created a little math folder. And I can turn off the shakes by hitting my home button on the bottom of my iPad. I'll close out of this folder and you can see the difference in my single iPad or my single apps and my folder that I've just created. One more handy thing, especially if your students are going to be using your iPad or your iPads in your classroom. Let's look at our dock down here. Maybe I have some apps here that I don't want my kids to have readily be able to access, or I would like to make it easier for them to access some apps. I can personalize my dock by touching and holding on these apps until they shake, and then just move them off of my dock so they're not so obvious. So I'll remove those two apps, and then I'm going to slide over and find that folder that I just created, that math folder. I'm going to drag that math folder down to my dock so my students can get to it a little bit easier. That might be something for you to think about apps that you want your students using on a regular basis, sometimes it's handy to have those down on your dock. I can also delete apps by clicking on the little X in the upper left-hand corner when it's shaking. It will delete that app and all the data that goes along with it. So while your apps are shaking, again, that's when you can personalize and move them around, put them on the screen that you want them to show up on.